And stepping into the faith component, what about faith from a communication perspective? What if it was about intentional openness? What if we were really able to train everyone to be very intentional about, first of all, connecting to me, figuring out, am I coming at this because I'm for my teammates and I'm embracing growth and I'm a little uncomfortable or I'm really uncomfortable? Am I for myself? Am I for my team? And or am I hurt and I'm coming at this from a perspective that is not intentional? So let's anchor in being intentional, which means I've got to think about what do I want here? What's my truth? And then having the courage to really be open and share this kind of dialogue. I mean, what would teams be like? What would business be like? What would family be like if we were anchored in intentional openness? And so really starting to have some new thinking around, instead of a right or a wrong, or do it my way or this way, or I wish it was different. We're all coming from a place of great desire to be our best. And sometimes our egos get the best of us. Sometimes our fear gets the best of us, anxiety, there's a huge machine going on inside of us. And what about the ability to be for each other in such a strong way that if there's anything that I object to as you and I are dialoguing, or if I'm your coach and I'm asking you to do something, as long as we have created a relationship that's anchored in love and being for each other, what about the ability to have intentional openness and say, you know what, coach, I want to share something with you that I disagree with, or I'm struggling with, or I don't quite understand. Do you think if we really focused on training athletes, people, anybody with this idea of intentional openness, that it would meet the desired outcome of what you wish you would have had?
I think, yeah, but I think that it would have to start more with in like a mediation format, like a restorative justice format, because you can say, all right, Lili, I like how you're saying it. This would be a great way to go to your coach and present and approach it with this way, right? This is your approach. If there's no one there that can hold the person in power or authority accountable, it won't happen. Because I can say I said that, but she cut me off, or they
Mhm.
did this, or he did that. So it would have to be use more of a restorative justice format, but make it to where restorative justice normally only happens between the two people involved, like
Mhm.
the person and the person. I think it should be in a team setting,
Mhm.
right? To where in this moment, anybody can have to face something that maybe they're not okay with. So if we can say it respectfully, like, man, I don't. So picture if I said, this play just doesn't work. And it seemed like we use this a lot, right? And you said, before anyone answers, I want to see a raise of hands who think the play doesn't work. And what if 6 out of the, I don't know, sometimes the team's roster say 15, but let's just say a good little even number of like 9 people like it don't work. But out of these 9, it's people who starting, people who play a lot of minutes, even someone like a Izzy, right? So I learned a lot from Izzy, and she probably was like one of the most positive people I know. Because I don't know how she did it, but she stuck it through. But she embraced her role. And it was learning the other team's plays, seeing stuff, telling the coach all this stuff, right? And if in all these different roles, they like, yeah, that play really don't work. Instead of saying, well, all right, we ain't doing that play. Well, if the coach really want to run a play, well, how can we make it better? Because this is why we run it. This is why we use it. Like, oh, coach, I ain't even know. Okay, well, if that's the case, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So it's that simple.